adding a recipe into MyFitnessPal. Okay, so we're gonna start from the home screen. From there, you're going to click more on the bottom right-hand side. Once you hit more, this more screen comes up. You're gonna scroll down, you'll see my meals, recipes, and foods. You're going to click there, and then we're gonna click on the very bottom blue tab that says create a recipe. From there, you're gonna have two separate options. One of them is to add a recipe from the web. So to do that, you would just click add from the web. And what's gonna happen is gonna come up, and there are some different options where you can search for recipes. But also if you find something, like say you find something on Pinterest that you wanna make, and you go in, click the website, you find the recipe, you're just gonna copy and paste that URL into the top recipe name or URL. And that's going to import all of the ingredients and serving sizes into MyFitnessPal's recipes, into your MyFitnessPal recipes. You can go in from there and edit any of the ingredients. If you're taking something out, or like say it calls for turkey and you're using ground beef, you can go in and switch those things out. So super simple and helpful. Your other option is to create a recipe manually. I do this oftentimes with things that I make on a regular basis. So for instance, we're gonna do spaghetti sauce today. So I'm gonna click add, we're gonna create the recipe, and we're gonna enter our ingredients manually. So once we get to the add recipe page, we're going to give our recipe a name. So this will be spaghetti sauce. Normally, if I don't know how many servings there are, and oftentimes I don't, whenever I make something like a sauce or a soup, I'm gonna just guesstimate how many servings are in there. So I'm gonna say that there's 8 in this. I can always come back and edit this later, but it requires you to enter it in to start with. Once you do that, you're gonna click the over arrow on the right-hand side, and then we're gonna click to add an ingredient. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in ground beef. I normally use an 85-15 split. So you'll notice whenever I search this, it comes up with a general serving size, which is 4 ounces. So I have to go in and alter this because I'm gonna use a full pound of ground beef for my spaghetti sauce. So it has a 4-ounce serving. I want to use a full pound, so that's gonna be 16 ounces. So I need to change that to 4 servings. And then you're gonna check that off, and it adds ground beef to your recipe. The next thing we're gonna do is we are going to add the spaghetti sauce. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna just generalize it into a ragu spaghetti sauce. And then you're gonna check that off. Same thing, 1 serving size is 125 grams. So what I'm gonna do is look on the nutrition label, and I'm gonna see how many servings are actually in the jar. And we'll just say for the sake of this video that there are 12 servings. So we're gonna click that off. That's also going to add to our recipe. And then I'm gonna add in everything else that I use for the recipe. Same thing, we're going to check the one that we are using. Serving size is going to be 1 serving size in that can, so I need to change that to the full can, or however many I'm adding in. So we're gonna enter that, change and update that, and then you have your other ingredients in. So you're gonna continue that process until you get all your ingredients in. And then you'll see on the bottom on the bottom screen how many calories are in each serving and how many servings you have allotted in this. This is really important. Hit your right-hand arrow on the top of the screen and then click to save it. If you do not save it, you will lose all the work that you just did on creating this recipe. Now, if you realize that your serving sizes are different, you can go in and click to edit your recipe. and you'll just click on that bottom bar where it shows you the number of servings, and you can alter that to whatever it is. So oftentimes I'll make a recipe, realize that there are either more or less servings, and go in and update that.